Okay, welcome to the first basic competency for trainers methodology level 1, which is leading workplace communication. And first, we will talk about how to communicate information about workplace processes. So, in creating and maintaining a positive work environment is what it means to have effective workplace communication. So, first daw, why is communication so important in the workplace? It because daw po it avoids confusion, it provides purpose, it builds a positive company culture, and let's see what is ano po ito. It creates accountability. So good communication daw are ano no and bad communication. First is the skills that employers mostly seek in new hires rank in terms of priority. So first daw syempre is good oral communication. You should be able to to listen very carefully as well. So communication is a two-way street, di ba? And you have as well good written communication. You have the ability to conduct public speaking and of course adaptability. Starting your own communications framework by just clarifying these key points. So here are the tips for to avoid bad communication. You should first lay out what each communication channel is for, set individual availability hours, syempre, consider if you are using the best tools for the job, and define what necessitates a meeting, as well as customize communication notifications. Wait. How do you improve communication? You should first start now by using the right tools for your business. Especially ano no, if it is on the business na need talaga ng communication as well as direct or both indirect and direct communication, I mean. So especially kung may mga business kayo like for example construction na hiwalay yung company or yung offices with the sites. So napakahalaga ng effective communication doon sa sitwasyon na yun. Next is you should encourage two-way communication. So syempre, our ability to have a two-way communication is very important. You should be able to to say what you mean directly, especially in the workplace, as well as you should be able to listen to other opinions and ideas. Napakahalaga din po niyan na open yung communication lines as much as possible between two parties. Next is you should tell people what they are doing is right. So positive reinforcement of a job well done should be advised. Napakahalaga din po na tayo ay pino-point out natin both the positive and the negative as feedback. One of the principles of adult learning is adults demand immediate feedback. So kung tayo daw, ang tendency daw, kung tayo daw po ay nag-perform ng isang task, ang tendency natin is we should be able to know what we are doing is right or wrong, because we should have ample time to be able to correct it if it is wrong, and if it is right naman, we can move on to further improve our tasks. You should have, kung may positive and negative feedback, you should always have then specific and descriptive feedback. For example, sa training natin, we should be able to provide feedback directly related to the task performed. So, i-layout dapat natin yung mga tasks if they are if they perform satisfactorily, and what are the standards that makes it satisfactory. Next is schedule a compulsory check-in, and basically scheduling a compulsory check-in is targeting a specific consistent work performance. Scheduling a check-in from time to time means to say that you are being asked to perform consistently and well. Wait, let's try to know number 6. Number 6 is organize engaging team building activities. So, syempre, apart from being a work, we should be able to socialize and to have somewhat a sense of team building within the communication of our workplace. We should be able to perform as comfortably as possible within the work environment, as well as, or more importantly, with your co-workers. Leading workplace discussions. So first daw, what is an effective group discussion? A group discussion daw is a type of meeting, but it differs from the formal meeting in a number of ways. It may not have a specific goal, it's less formal, or may have no time constraints or structured order or agenda. Its leadership is usually less directive than that of a meeting. So parang workplace discussion is basically how will you communicate with your coworkers, not in a formal way. It emphasizes process, the consideration of ideas over product, specific task to be performed within the confines of the meeting itself. And leading a group discussion daw is not the same as running a meeting. It's much closer than acting as a facilitator, but not exactly the same as that either. So this is more on giving ideas on how to further improve the process rather than to identify specific tasks, which is ginagawa natin yan sa formal meeting. An effective group discussion daw generally has a number of elements. Wait. All members of the group has a chance to speak, express their own ideas and feelings freely, and to pursue and finish out their thoughts. Excuse me. All members din daw of the group can hear others' ideas and feelings stated openly. Group members can safely test out ideas that they are not yet fully formed. Group members can receive and respond to respectful but honest and constructive feedback. Feedback could be positive, negative, or merely clarifying or correcting factual questions or errors. It is in all cases delivered respectfully. A variety of points of view are put forward and discussed. And lastly, the discussion is not dominated by any one person. So basically, this is a practice. Workplace discussion is a practice for you to be able to communicate more thoroughly and directly, as well as openly sa ating coworkers within a workplace. There are many possible purposes for a group discussion, such as creating a new situation, forming a coalition, starting an initiative, or discussing policy and policy change. Why would you lead a group discussion? First of all, it gives everyone involved a voice. So as mentioned earlier, this is a less formal not informal but only less formal type of discussion. It further, creates a safe and healthy work environment if you do so, and as well as a comfortable one. It also allows for a variety of ideas to be expressed and discussed. And it is generally a democratic, egalitarian process. So basically, pag sinabi po kasi democratic and egalitarian, all is equal and all voices can be heard, opinions and ideas are taken into account equally. It leads to group ownership of whatever conclusions, plans, or action the group decides upon. So, when you're leading or having a group discussion, it is a collaboration of all your opinions and ideas so that yung output po nun is a collaborative effort na alam po naman natin na if we have a brainstorm or of multiple people with different ideas and opinions, it may very well be better in some, if not all cases. It also encourages those who might normally be reluctant to speak their minds. So they will be given a platform and a chance or an opportunity to be able to speak their minds in a comfortable environment. So, meron po kasi tinatawag ng mga introverts na hindi sila, or hindi sa hindi po sa hindi nila kayang i-provide or reluctant sila to speak their minds dahil nahihiya sila. Because pagiging introvert po kasi is not actually, hindi siya, ibig sabihin po nun ay mahiyain. Ibig sabihin lang po nun, they communicate internally and they prefer to do it that way. Okay? When leading the discussion, you should think about a leadership style, which will be discussed later. You should put people at ease. Again, as mentioned earlier, you should provide a safe, healthy, and comfortable working environment while doing the discussion. You should help the group establish ground rules. What is the what are the rules or what are the aspects na kailangan nating sundin while we're doing the said discussion. Next is generate an agenda or goal for the session. Do's and don'ts while leading the workplace discussions. First is you should model the behavior and attitudes you want the group members to employ. Siyempre, if you are exhibiting a bad behavior, you are actually not tolerating it, but passing it up as a good example. So, you should be able to provide your best behavior during the meeting. Next is you should use encouraging body language and tone of voice as well as words. So, through the use of verbal and non-verbal communication. Should give positive feedback for joining the discussion, of course. It may help naman din kasi if they join the said discussion. You should be aware of people's reactions and feelings and try to respond appropriately. Siyempre, while you're leading the workplace discussion, you should be able to read the room and as well as identify their verbal and non-verbal communication such as body language. You should ask open-ended questions because this is a discussion. You should be able to provide a platform for other members to be able to exhibit their own ideas and opinions as well. And the way you do it is to ask open-ended questions. If you are straightly or directly asking just yes or no questions, you are basically more in control pa. You don't let one or small group of individuals dominate the discussion. So, of course, leading the workplace discussion means that you are the arbiter of the said discussion. You should be able to control the flow of the said discussion and to have a more productive and open type of discussion. You don't let one point of view override others unless it's based in facts and logic and is actually convincing group members to change their minds. When you put up a when you actually seek for a difference of opinion, you should be able to provide facts and logic that support your claim. You will not base your opinion on mere emotions and bias or preferences, especially if you are overriding others' point of view. So next is to don't assume that anyone holds particular opinions or positions because of his culture, background, race, personal style, etc. Sometimes po kasi it is not hindi sa ayaw nilang magbigay ng kanilang opinion, pero they are indifferent with the said aspect or topic, so they will just let it slide. You should not assume that they are just shy or there are aspects in their life that prohibits them from having an opinion on that matter. Sometimes they don't really have opinion on the matter. They are indifferent. Next is don't assume that someone from a particular culture, race, or background speaks for everyone else from that group of people. So again, there especially for adults, we have individuality, which is somewhat important to us to be able to become an individual or different from others and not be discriminated or magkaroon ng prejudice against us. So we should be able to identify oneself as an individual and they do not speak for every particular culture, race, or any type of background. Identifying and communicating issues arising in the workplace. When it comes to office productivity, few things can undermine the collective goals of a company more than the internal communication issues. These issues can take on a variety of appearances, from co-worker squabbles to ineffective use of email to non-productive and poor organized meetings. Being able to identify communication issues within your company is not only helpful in minimizing personal altercations before they can get out of hand, but can also help create a cohesive and collectively focused staff that is capable of reaching the important goals and aspirations of the company. We will explore some of the most common communication issues that will occur within the companies and suggest a few tips on how to fix it. Common workplace issues. So people spend nearly one third of their adult lives at work. So as as a quote says daw, meron tayong 24 hours sa isang araw, 8 hours for sleep, 8 hours for work, and another 8 hours for living. So basically, we spend nearly a third of every day working, if not more. And workplace issues are a common source of stress for many. It's impossible to have a workplace where everyone's roles, expectations, and personalities work perfectly together without conflict. As such, certain workplace issues may cause negative psychological symptoms. Research shows perceived stress in the workplace, for example, is associated with a higher prevalence of mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. Workers may find discussing their workplace stress or challenges with a trained mental health professional is helpful to them, both professionally and personally. Common workplace issues that employees face include interpersonal conflict. So, nagkakaroon ng overlap between their personal lives and the work. Communication problems, especially miscommunications. Gossip. Tayong mga Pinoy ay ano tayo, no? Guilty tayo sa pagiging gossip. May term nga po tayo dyan, which is ngayon yung marites. Which is ano, no? Weird din kasi talagang pangalan siya. So what if pangalan mo yun tapos di ka naman mahilig mag-gossip? So ano ka, nagkakaroon din ng bias against you. Bullying and harassment. So napakahalaga, especially on a statutory level, yung mas mataas sa'yo. Yeah. Sometimes kasi we pass it up because we want to parang lululukin na lang natin ang bullying and harassment as well as discrimination from our bosses in order for us to maintain our jobs. Low motivation and job satisfaction. If you are being burned out sa ating work, po yan, no? Common na workplace issues. Tinatawag natin toxicity. Performance issues, syempre. This is in correlation with the other problems such as interpersonal conflict and poor job fit. Good communication daw can help solve problems. When organizing and operating a value-added business, disagreements can arise among committee members or project managers over how to solve problems facing the project or business. Using good communication skills can help the group find solutions. So the following communication rules daw can improve problem solving. So for example daw is state your problem and interest, acknowledge rather others' problems in interest, avoid name calling and answering complaint with another complaint. I would like to share something lang, no? You should not undermine certain problems and interests of a coworker, may it be simple or complex. If it is becoming a problem to them, if they are seeking advice, no matter how it is gaano siya kalaki or kaliit para sa'yo, if they are seeking advice and obviously it is a problem to them, you should not belittle the said problem. Again, we are very different people. Meron tayong mga aspeto sa buhay natin na magdi-differ from one person to another. And you may you may treat the said problem that they are seeking advice to as your own, and if you undermine it or you make it or you think it is an easy problem, okay, no problem on that, but you should really identify that that problem na nagsisik sila ng advice sa inyo in the first place rather is not little to them. You should be able to identify the effect of that said problem onto them. And mas mahalagang makarelate kasi tayo na hindi yung problema mismo yung ina-identify natin, but the way the problem affects them. Pagka yun ang na-achieve natin, mas makakapagbigay tayo ng mas magandang advice. Use silence to demonstrate you are willing to listen or to help move the other side into a position to listen more effectively to you. Mas mahalaga din na, again, the communication is a two-way street. Hindi lang pwedeng tayo lang ang nagsasalita. Hindi lang pwedeng tayo lang ang magpapakinggan. Again, that is why it is called communication, not instruction. Offer an apology when appropriate. So, I think, medyo guilty din po ang mga Pinoy dahil matataas po ang pride nila when it comes to making mistakes. I hope na tayo as the working class per se sa isang company, we should be able to accept when it is our fault because that is the way forward on making the right move to minimize or to negate the effect of that mistake. Stick to the present, stay in the present and the future. The past is already been lived. So this is where people with anxiety talaga na anxiety is a mental condition na hindi nila makontrol, that they become anxious of the aspects of their life in the present and in the future ay naapektuhan sila, which is sometimes they are they became anxious then on the things that go on the past. That is very understandable because their mental health condition naman is a proven na mental health condition. Hindi lang po yan nasa utak natin. There are hormonal imbalances that make them do such things. At the same time, whatever you think of the past, it can never be changed. So you should be able to accept what is done and move over or focus yourselves on what to do next na binigay sa inyo sitwasyon na past na yon, di ba? Hindi mo naman kayang baguhin na. The way you can do is to actually make moves that can negate or minimize or improve the situation. You should not dwell in the past. Next is this correlation. Stick to the present topic, and next is look for areas of agreement. So there is during a two-way communication, you should be able to establish where are the parts that you mostly agree upon, and the parts that you didn't agree naman, you should make compromise. You should be able to weigh in the opinions of others as heavy as your own, diba? Especially if their opinions matter din naman, and if you really look upon their opinions, they matter then, and understand their point of view. You should next daw set the time for the next discussion and take a time out if the discussion deteriorates. So if wala nang magandang pupuntahan ng discussion, pause muna. You should be objective of workplace discussions. You should be able to identify problems as well as provide solutions. And if it does not do both things, it may become too personal, emotional, or burned out or toxic. You should pause the said meeting and let cooler heads prevail and set up another meeting. Use mutual restating until a party who continues to feel misunderstood feels understood appropriately. Napakalaga po, especially us as adults, to be able to to feel that we are being understood. Most of the problems, relationship-wise, professional or personal, the main problem is communication. They don't feel understood appropriately. They do not feel that their opinions matter. They are severely misunderstood. So being able to identify communication issues between relationships, professional or personal otherwise, is a important aspect of our social lives. State requests for change in behavioral terms. Don't ask for changes in attitude or feeling just to be different. Consistently express verbal and body messages. So for verbal communication, of course, verbal communication is Communication that uses voice as an expression. It may include the said context of the said context or topics or ideas that being brought to you verbally, as well as the tone of voice and the color, for a lack of better term, of the said voice. Next are nonverbal communication. It includes facial expressions, movement, gestures, and other body language. Voice communication naman, it includes the tone in which its message is conveyed, such as confidence, desperation, anger, and condescension. So next is data communication. It includes the actual meaning of words and any supporting information. You can listen to each other and still have differences. So, so this is very evident now sa politics. You should be able to accept differences of opinion as well as respect one's opinion, di ba? Ang ano lang naman po diyan, opinion is opinion, and only facts and logic can otherwise alter one's opinion. In my opinion, ganun yung feeling ko na if you want to to further express your opinion, 'di ba? Especially sa politics na 'yan, you should be able to provide facts and logic kasi yun yung magandang paraan. Okay? Next is wait lang po. Listen to understand. Siyempre. So, kailangan mo pakinggan yung opinion niya. So, don't negate or isang-baliwala ang opinion ng ibang tao. Accept that what the other person is saying is true for them. Sometimes kasi you have differences of opinion but they are both correct. It will be based on the situation. And if you are nitpicking opinions kasi, like the positive and negative aspects of each opinion, pwedeng maging katotohanan yun on your end. Like, for example, watching movies. Watching movies may have different experiences on each person. The way you interpret the said movie, especially open-ended ones, as well as kung ano yung naging effect sa'yo nung pelikula. So, the way you seek or watch movies is the way the creator's truth being presented to you. Ganun ang parang nila idea nila on making a film. You should be able to identify what is true to them being presented to you. Repeat for clarification, find a point of agreement, and state or restate your own opinion. So, you should be able to effectively communicate, personal or otherwise. When you receive feedback daw, you should listen carefully and repeat what you have heard, ask to fully understand, say thank you, and state that you will consider their comments before taking further action. Seriously reflect on what you have heard before taking further action. When you give feedback naman, you should separate the behavior from the person. Be specific and factual about the behaviors. Be objective about it. Avoid value judgments and demands for a change of attitude or emotion. And you should be able to describe how you feel. I really think na if you learn how to receive constructive criticism and feedback as well as give appropriate or positive, not just positive feedback, but constructive feedback, we should be able to further improve as a society. Yes. Accepted na po siya. How to avoid communication problems when you go to a job interview and they ask you what is your experience working as a team. We all try to prove that we work great, that we are friendly, and that anyone would be comfortable working with us. But the truth is that a lot of people prefer to work on their own, not because we are introverted people living in caves and eating crickets, but because we know that communication problems in the workplace can cause great misunderstandings. We should know that all communications are the same. Here are simple tricks to achieve a great start on work environment without communication problems in the workplace. Hala, wait lang po. Oh, na-move pala siya. Yun na pala yun. Okay, so that's it daw for basic competency number 1, leading workplace communication.